Well, I just got a Baitcaster, and I really didn't think I was going to do that good with it. But I caught this. Hello. So, another fish. We keep on getting them, so that's cool. Are you kidding me right now? This is 2 for 2 with the Baitcaster. 2 cast, 2 fish, and this is awesome. And I'm looking to see if he's got any damage to his lip. This is not the same fish. So, another nice fish. This is great. Here you go, buddy. 2 for 2. Hey guys, so I'm gonna let you in on what's happening here. So I was getting kind of bored today. It's a very hot day, so I thought maybe I'll go to Dunkelberger's and see what they have. Maybe they have an inexpensive bait caster. I've been considering getting one, but I just heard horror stories, and so I picked one up, and oddly enough, it was a Fenwick. So when I saw Fenwick, I just knew HMK. I said, wow, that's the rod I really like. It came with an Abu Garcia Baitcaster reel, pre-strung, with the green poly 15-pound test. So I'm like, all right, for 75 bucks. I'm like, it's a go. So I took it over to a river that I fish at and did not have very much luck. As a matter of fact, we had a couple of foreigners come over, start throwing rocks. They wanted to go swimming. I was like, oh my God. So I ended up having to yell at them, actually. He actually threw a rock at me or near me. So, I let him have it a little bit. So now I decided, you know what, I'm going to pack it up. I came back over to the lake that I fish at, and I figured, okay, well, I'll just do a couple practice casts off the dock. I am running a gray to silver spinner bait here with a brown tail lure. I caught 2 bass, one right after another. I've never caught bass here that fast, one after another. And the first one was a good size, the second one even bigger than that. I've got some pictures of it. So, as I said, for $75, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Unfortunately, it looks like I found out why the the setup was so cheap. It turns out that the tip of the rod is dislodged, so it's moving around. I'm not real great with the Baitcaster. I'm able to get it out there, not too far, but again, sometimes it's all about luck, and where it dropped is where there just happened to be 2 bass. I hate to say it, but my thumb is killing me from holding these bass. I'm gonna have to tape my thumb. But it's exciting. Your hands are wet. There's teeth get grabby, and yeah. So I do have a clamp, fish clamp, I should call it. I may have to start using it. My fingers are killing me. So I'm gonna throw this in a couple more times. I'm gonna have to return it because the tip is bad, and it's not what I would feel would be an ideal setup. But it got me started, and I first time throwing a Baitcaster and landed 2 bass. How could you be upset about it, right? So that's it. I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Thanks. All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap today. So anyway, as I was saying before, we picked up this Baitcaster. It's a shame. It's a Fenwick. The tip's broken on it. It's just turning all over the place. Hoping that Dunkelberger's, where I purchased it, will go apples for apples on it if I bring it back, which I'm going to, because the tip's not good. So I never would have ever thought that when I threw this thing in, especially with a spinnerbait that I haven't used in 20 years, I would have caught 2 fish back to back, 2 really good sized bass. And you'll see the pictures on those. I'll include those. But what it came down to is this unit here. Nothing really super special. For me, it's a starter. I've never thrown a Baitcaster before. And, I had a lot of bird nesting. And I think that's just part of learning it. I found the more I finessed the throws and the casts, that I had less of that. When I was really trying to get that cast far out was when I was having the issues. So if you try a baitcaster, and I'm late in life when it comes to that. You know, I've had friends do baitcasters, and I watched those bird nests, and I was just like, I'm never getting one of those. But it seems to be what guys like to use. So I wanted to know, what's the reasoning for it? What do they like about it so much that makes it the go-to? And I know they're running spinning rods as well, because there are just places like with the lighter lures that the spinning rods work better. There's a lot of dialing in to do with it, so I think it really comes down to really knowing your rod and reel and what you have. I'm sure if I grabbed another rod and reel, a baitcaster, I would be terrible at it. I know that, thank goodness, I didn't get into a situation where I had to actually cut the line. For the most part, I was able to pull the line through and basically just hold the line taut and reel it back in. So that was fortunate, thank goodness, because I think I would have been really disappointed, and you probably wouldn't have seen it. Pretty tough for me to want to say, all right, baitcasters just aren't me, when I pulled 2 fish in. I'm sure it had nothing to do with the baitcaster. I'm sure I could have thrown in the spinner, but I got to look at it a little bit more, see how they're holding it, because it's so different from using your left hand to bring in the lures or the baits as opposed to your right. And holding that rod, when I caught those fish, I was a little nervous that I was going to lose the fish because I didn't have as good a grip on the rod as I would if I were in my right hand. I found myself holding on to the crank to, basically not lose the fish. But I was able to land both of them. As I said, I'll include some pictures of those fish, and that's my first experience with the baitcaster. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you.